So hi, I'm Alex, and I went one slide too far. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Azarus. So I tried to get that a little bit more interactive, because I feel like you guys are very quiet out there. So I've been working a lot with streamers, so I really feel like I'm a streamer right now. You guys are the fans on the channel. I want to hear you guys a little bit. Come on, clap your hands, make some noise. Yay! I like that. So I will be asking some questions sometimes. I really want you to shout the answer. Okay? Cool. Oh, that works. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's a valid answer. Excellent. So Azarus, we just launched 10 days ago. So it's like, I'm going to tell you the story of how we got there, what we did, and what we built. And hopefully you'll see that we try to do things very differently than any other blockchain-based company out there. One thing some of you know me for is I'm A, opinionated, and B, there are a few things I really don't want to give up. One of the things is usability. I'm really die-hard product focused. I hate when something is not obvious. There are too many things, in my opinion, today in the blockchain world that aren't obvious enough for the greater amount, the greater numbers. So let's get started. What's that window? What does it look like? Where is it coming from? Come on. Yes, this is Twitch. Who makes that game? Yes, that's right. You guys are following. I love it. So I'm going to show you a short intro video that hopefully will explain better than I would be doing what we just launched. Oh, wait, with sound it would be way better. Can we have some sound? Let me. Yes, no, no, yes. Let me try again.
With Azarus, after each match, you will get the opportunity to answer a question based on that last match.
How many times did I die? How many, I don't know, how many cameras did I destroy?
So once that question pops up, you will then get a choice of 4 answers. If you get that answer correct, the number of tokens that I have set on my end will then get distributed between all of the winners of that, everyone that got it right. Once you accrue 5 points in total, you will be able to go to the Azarus website. You will be able to unlock a code for 600 Rainbow Six credits. That is how it works.
Did you hear the word blockchain in the description? This is awesome. We worked really hard for never using the word blockchain. We tried to not use the word token. That was a fail. It still comes back from time to time. We try to use the word credit rather than token. But this is, for me, this is success. People use the app and have no idea what's going on behind. I'm going to tell you what's going actually on behind and what technology we use to. First, this worked pretty well. We had 3 streamers, very low-key in the UK, testing that. They all ended up being #1 stream on Twitch, one after another last Saturday. So it definitely blew up. We got thousands of users in. I think I looked at the stat this morning. We had like 180 challenges run in 10 days with about 20,000 responses. It went really fast. And as you've seen, there are a few constraints. The challenges last for 30 seconds. That means we need to be able to record hundreds of answers within 30 seconds, notarize them, and then verify them and distribute the earnings. So it comes with a few twists that aren't easy. And yes, there was no MetaMask involved. You do not have to pay gas to answer, which would be weird. So we chose EOS. Who has built anything on EOS in the audience? Anyone? Nice, 1, okay, 1. That's representative. That's you, gummy bear right here. So we chose EOS because I was not ready to basically give away a few things that mattered. One is the transaction speed. Questions pop up, just 30 seconds to answer, can't wait for a block to be minted. Transaction fees, can't pay if you want to play because it's free. If you start paying, it gets weird and you're in that gray zone where maybe gambling or something. You don't want that. Account delegation, because this is a super awesome feature that people don't really understand why it makes life easier and why it allows you as the platform, the creator of the app to actually help out your users. And I don't think it's okay to say to the users, just like Amy earlier today from CryptoKitty was mentioning, a big terms of service thing, if you lose your key, hey, tough life. This is not okay. That doesn't work. And the contracts upgrade because, hey, I make mistakes. So speed. Speed matters a ton. So this is actually a screenshot I just made yesterday from blocks.io. Shows that the top TPS transaction per second speed on EOS measured was about 4,000 transactions per second. That was the peak. When I made that screenshot, it was pretty low. But it peaked at 4,000. We don't know yet the limit. And I know a lot of you are going to be trolling about, yes, is it centralized, 21 block producers? I'm creating an app for end users. My end users do not, they want to enjoy it. They want to be able to benefit from the blockchain. They don't care. My users have no idea what a blockchain is. It's like 13 years old in Spain. They are playing the game. They don't know what a cryptocurrency is or what cryptology is. So it's really important. And if you take a PL match, which is Pro League match, on Twitch last week, there were like tens of thousands of people watching the game at the same time and want them to be able to play. So this is, you have to build for speed. And I love the off-chain solutions, the channel solutions, but I feel like it's too early in the game to start patching things. They're going to hate me for that. But then cost matters. You cannot ask your players to pay. And I'm super frustrated every time a MetaMask pop-up and I have to actually think, do I need this fast, not fast, increase what's the gas price? Am I being ripped up by MetaMask not making the right calculations for me? Am I paying too much? I don't understand that thing. I'm an engineer. I know how it works, and still, as a user, I get confused all the time. I have to go to Ethergas and make my own opinion because I don't want to be ripped off by a system that I don't know exactly how it works. So it's really weird. You can't give things for free. On EOS, well, as a developer, I control that. I can set the RAM price. I say I get my RAM, I get my bandwidth, I get my CPU. I pay basically for the platform, and the users just do their thing, they use it, and that's it. They don't have to pay for me building and providing a service. That said, it's still distributed, but the cost is on my end. They don't care, and that's important. And yeah, the frustration-free, oh my God, I don't want a pop-up. In what we built on Twitch, that little icon is an overlay actually served by Twitch and connecting directly to the blockchain. That overlay is right there. The only thing you have to do as a user is click an authorize button, and then boom, I get strong authentication of the user on the Twitch side. I know who he is. I can let him interact with the contracts. I can deliver the keys to him. I can make him play immediately without having to go through any hurdle. No 12-word seed, no, I mean, it's easy, just easy, and that's the way it should be. One of the big things that I love about EOS and that really made everything possible is the account delegation. There is that weird misconception, mostly from the Ethereum, Bitcoin area, no pun intended, that the private key has to be connected in a one-on-one relationship, in a bidirectional relationship with the account. No, it does not. An account is a person. You may have multi-private key. Some private keys may allow you to do some actions. Some private keys may allow you to access these functions. You authenticate as an account, but you can delegate those things. When you start on the platform, today, no one has an EOS account. Let's be realistic. It's just barely launched. Well, we make it for you. You delegate us the right. We can help you out, and we can make things happen. Should you already have an account? OK. We'll be able to handle that. Do you want to take ownership of your account that we created for you? No problem. We still have some delegation, be able to help you out. So there is that trust, because at the end of the day, when we built that platform, we were building it with the AAA publishers in mind. And as a AAA publisher, you cannot expect to just leave your users out there helpless and say, hey, tough life, this is crypto. No, it doesn't work. It's not OK. So those functions are actually really amazing. You can emulate them in previous generation blockchains, but let's be honest, it's harder. This comes out of the box. The other thing is, like, again, and I want to stress that, dApps are not wallets. A lot of people always think that when they make a dApp, they have to make a wallet, and you have to reinvent the wheel every time. I don't agree. We actually came up with a pretty cool system where we have a key distribution system where, after authenticating strongly the user, we just provide to the little extension the key that allows him to interact with the blockchain during the time of his session, and then we remove it. This is pretty unique, but it really solves a ton of troubles because, again, the user just uses it. We authenticate it strongly. We know who he is. He can sign his transaction. He can use his account. Everything gets notarized. He interacts with the blockchain the same way. But he doesn't see it. We make it easy. And that's super, super cool. You do not need a wallet. Moreover, our tokens, we don't trade them. We don't want to trade them. We don't think we want to trade them. We don't want to. You can exchange them in our store for Rainbow Six credits, and you get the Rainbow Six codes. Or you can, in the next version, you'll be able to challenge the streamers and play with him. But the tokens, we are not making a cryptocurrency. We are making a game. We use the blockchain as a way to allow us to provide trust and transparency. That's it. And actually, that transparency has been super helpful because code have bugs. In the first 2 days, the second day, a user came on the Discord and said, "Hey, Alex, I don't get it. Grief Drums, he did not make any kills, and at the question, what was the best weapon that Grief Drums used, I said none, because obviously no kills, no weapon, and the right answer picked by the contract was assault rifle. I'm confused. And he found out by going to our website where we have a verify button and where you can see in plain text the record of the transaction, the data being used to resolve the challenges and to pick the answers and to see all the right answers that were accepted as winning answers. So he was able, for that 1% of the users, that trust and transparency really mattered because he was like, Alex, there's a bug here. It doesn't work out. So A, yeah, we gave him a few extra tokens because he definitely was right. And B, we upgraded the code. Next day, that was working. So it's super important to be able to realize that code cannot, I've been doing code for the past 15 years. Static code that you can upgrade, that sounds terrible. I don't want that. So EOS, again, you can upgrade code, and that's what you need. So at the end of the day, the only thing that people have been also struggling with is RAM, because there have been all those stories about RAM price, super expensive, and so on and so forth. And everybody thinks that you need to have the state of everything always in RAM. So this is actually very interesting because we use a pretty cool trick here. As you figured out, when a challenge pops up, we get tons of answers. So we had actually two problems to deal with. A, what do you store memory, because you need to keep those answers until the question is resolved and you get actually the right answer and you can then distribute the earnings. But also, there's quite a trick. Actually, can you guys see what's wrong here? Does anyone? That's a pretty tough one. I think I'm going to give out some A's if someone figures out how can you attack actually that kind of mechanism where you have a ton of answers coming in and where you are just waiting for the actual the right answer to come in to resolve the challenge. What would you do as a developer to always win? Any idea? No? I'll give you a trick. What if you had a bot looking at the transaction logs? Okay, that's very silent. Okay, I'm going to help you out. So the trick here, and actually we saw it happen, if you look at the transaction log, you can just, on average, so the missing piece is that on average, people get it right between 50 and 76% of the time when they watch the stream. So basically, if you're looking at enough transactions, statistically, you know what's the right answer before the end of the challenge. And you are able to snipe that just like an eBay auction back in the days, which is a weird analogy. Anyways, so the way we actually solve that is that you don't send out the answer anymore in the new version. You actually send out zero knowledge proofs. So you don't send your answer, you send the proof that you answered, and then you reveal your answer at the end once the challenge has been resolved, just to make sure that to get your earnings out. So we changed that a little bit because and we were able to upgrade the code. And when we finalize everything, we just free the memory. We remove it from the memory of the blockchain. We free the state, and we just have the transaction logs to refer to see what happened. So that whole mechanism is actually pretty interesting, I think. So that's about it. And if you have any questions, we were one of the first ones to actually come out and say we are building on EOS. Dan Larimer, when he, like 2 days before the launch of the mainnet, he had that weird chart with all the dApps, the 10 dApps that were actually running on EOS at that time. We were there. So it was a very early call, and I'm so glad because to date, building the platform, we have been able to get a better experience, bring value to the users, not help them out when they had issue, not bother them with meaningless pop-ups, and get that thing rolling. And in a few hours when we launched, we got like thousands of users through the door using the platform and not being confused about the blockchain at all. And that was success. Any questions? Come on, you got to love EOS now.
Right over there.
Hi there. Thank you for your presentation. I think a really quick question from my side. Correct me if I'm wrong. In terms of blockchain, using a delegate accounts, you basically diminish security level. That's the first thing. And another thing is you guys remove some sort of data from the log, basically transaction log.
Not from the log, from the memory. The logs always stay.
Okay, so partially you could say that you also remove this transparency, right?
No, the logs are there. The logs are in the blocks. That's where you have the transparency from.
Okay, so do you still need blockchain? Because if I see the whole project, and if you say that the user don't care about blockchain, they don't care about all those values that blockchain brings.
Very good question. We need blockchain because it's money. People want to make sure, why did I not get that coin? Oh my God, you should see the chats in Twitch. The users were flooded with discussion. How much did you get? 0.17. How much did you get? Oh yeah, the same. What was the right answer? You have all those discussions. And transparency and trust in a game where there is money, and this is a game at the end of the day. It's a game on top of a game. It's true, but it's still a game. You need that transparency factor. And people are actually using it. So, when we built it, it's like, I agree with you. You may have done everything in the database and trust me for it, but here it's all there in the open. Everybody can see all the changes when they happen. You know who is streaming, what the challenges are running, who is winning, why are they winning. They actually even found people that were misusing the system on the first day. When you were creating a streamer account and installing the extension, we would give you a couple tokens. I'm not sure why we did that. But to be fair, a few users created a new streaming account and just started playing with themselves, giving out themselves one token, one full token. And people were like, wait, what? This guy has no views and just earned one token. Alex, this is fishy. It's not working out. And they are finding it. And this is awesome because you are giving them the power to ensure that everything is right. And to get to your first point about security, oh my God, you're 100% right. But security is always the same thing. I've been working with, in my past life, with governments and stuff. It's always a trade-off. If you want to go all the way secure and then you cannot help your users, it's just, you have to be somewhere in the realistic. We are building a platform that has to scale to millions of users, from the 13-year-olds to my mom. I tried explaining MetaMask to my mom, not working out.
Yeah, but this is the point of the blockchain, right? So you said about money. I would like to have my money be secured in sort of way, right? So that was my point.
No, that's a very fair point. And and it's beyond the money. It's just that I'm spending time on that stream. I'm paying attention. I'm investing, and I'm basically I'm playing that game. I want the reward. I earned it. If I don't have it, I want to know why.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Sure.